Is you could go like John Bonham, couldn't you? Like, but he's dead. But you can. You said you can bring him back.
Yeah,
let's bring him back from the dead, but we'll do that on live TV. So that's like our marketing effort done.
What, you guarantee to bring him back from the dead?
And I'm the one doing it, and I'm dressed as like a priest.
I don't think you can even say that.
Right, do you have to carry this podcast? We wrote a song called Cannibal Killer after watching the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix thing. We wanted to move it away from that and call it Cannibal Killer and have nothing to do with him, but it was after we watched that we're like, oh, let's write a song about it. Yeah.
I prefer Brad Pitt to Leo any day anyway.
No!
Yeah!
Leo's amazing.
He's amazing, but Leonardo DiCaprio weren't in Fight Club.
Yeah. There was this guy, he had a massive dog, huge, I don't know what it was, massive, starts fighting my dog, and he's just sat there watching, and I have to grab this dog, and I didn't want, and the dog was alright with me once I grabbed it, and I was being all like, no!
Yeah.
But I thought, God, if I had to fight this dog, that'd be a bit much.
Hello, and welcome to episode 52 of the Uncensored Podcast. I am Riley, and here is my co-host. How are you today, co-host?
Yeah, I'm Tom.
Oh, Jesus.
The co-host is a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've replaced him with AI, finally.
AI hasn't quite got there yet, though, has it? That's the problem.
Oh, I don't know. It's getting there. Anyway, but today we have guests.
Just about.
Tom, if you can
Wait.
muster up the words,
Yeah.
then you can enlighten
if I
who
can,
we're joined
if
by.
I'm still here. We are joined by Tommy from Dirty Mitts. Hope you're doing well today.
Very good.
Oh, so I'm back. I'm slightly back now. Then
Yeah, mildly. You're just a bit shit.
mildly. How are you doing, Tommy?
Very good, thank you. Been working all day, but I'm here. That's all that matters.
That's brilliant.
Well, hopefully, if you don't have any, if you have any trouble hearing me, I'm pretty sure my translator Riley will be able to hopefully translate it.
Yeah, I've got a degree in severely broken up voice messages. After about 50 episodes of this shit, you kind of start to get the gist. But just to kind of kick it off with, for anyone who might not be familiar, who really are Dirty Mitts?
Dirty Mitts is me, Tommy. I'm the lead singer. Then we've got Mo on guitar. We've got Matt on bass and Mateus on drums. And we're from all different parts of the world. Mo's from Egypt. Mateus is Poland. And the hardest one to understand is Matt. He's from Sheffield. So, you know, we wish him the best.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. So,
Poor sod.
Of course. But yeah, so how would you really describe your music then?
Well, it's proper classic old school rock and roll, really. We're trying to, bring that classic sound to a modern audience. So we try and, with the lyrics and with our showmanship, I don't know, try and give it a little bit of panache. But it's stuck in the 70s. And we're trying to, bring that modern sound back, really. It's gone and we've missed it.
Yeah. I don't think music ever really goes away. Sometimes it might just fade slightly, but that's when we need a new wave to bring it back in full force.
Exactly. It's what we're doing. one song at a time.
Yeah, exactly. Slowly but surely, you can be the resurgence.
That'd be a dream come true.
Yeah, hopefully. Tom's running a delay, so just kind of have to pit him in when it's his turn to speak.
I haven't even spoken. I've just been sat here nodding.
Well, I'll give you
waiting
your
for my turn
speaks.
to speak.
Go on, Tom.
Yes, right. So, how did you all meet? How did you all come together to become Dirty Mitts?
I think the hardest part of being in a band is finding people that you click. and people that are good as well. You know, everyone wants to be a guitarist, but they play it for a couple of weeks and realize it's quite hard to actually be decent. But I was in a different band. I've been in bands since I was 15, and I was singing in a band called Airstrip One at the time. With an amazing guitarist. His name's Wiggy, and he was very good friends with Mo, the guitarist now. So because they were friends, we just met, and Mo heard me sing, and I think he just clocked, one day we might play together. That band fizzled out, and then Mo said, I've been writing some songs, and I sat down and listened to some of his songs. So I enjoyed them, and then we started writing together. And then we played with a couple other guys, Al and Chimo, and that was fun, but that didn't last. And then we played with so many people, but we found Mateus and Matt, and this is sort of the winning formula, really, because not only are they very talented, everyone gets on very well, and there's like a shared goal. I think that's the key, really.
That's what really needs to be had, just a goal that you all can band in together and just contribute and just try and get to that goal with.
I think so. I think obviously as you get older, and the music industry isn't what it used to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make money unless you're big, unless you can get a big audience. Yeah. So to be able to go through the desert with 3 other guys is you got to make sure you get on. And luckily we do.
Yeah, that's definitely good then. But yeah, as you're saying, music industry, I think it's so much easier to actually get into music now, but it's so much harder to get something out of it, it seems.
Well, I think the value of music has gone down. So everyone's, making music, but not necessarily of a good quality. But because you can self publicize, you can put your music on Spotify yourself. You don't need a marketing, you don't need an agent to make music and put it out there. But because there's an abundance of music, I think people don't really look for it that hard or value it that much. Because if you're spending money on a CD, an album, or even just buying the music, you're going to look through and see what's good. There's that investment in time and money, but that isn't there anymore. So for me personally, I think the streaming and Spotify has killed music. And it's all about live performances now, and that's the only way music can survive.
That is quite actually an interesting take on it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, I would definitely, to at least a degree, make you right. And when it is so easy to just go, wow, this is something new I've not listened to on my daily mix. Just whack that on. People are less inclined to really go out searching for this specific. I want this specific type. I do feel at the same time having music so accessible can also be a positive, but it's more to the minority of people who just so happen to get on these daily mixes and be kind of rocket boosted in this world of, oh, you like this artist, well, here's this artist. But it also does leave the vast majority just a lot less a lot more underground, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I think so. I think, back in the 90s, I think I was watching something about Blur, and how he was saying, it was the bassist, I can't remember his name, Alex Turner, no, that's Alex. And he was just saying that back in every club in London, there was an AR representative trying to find the next big band. Whereas now there's nobody in these clubs. Do you know, how do you get discovered? How do you get investment? When I don't know, let's look at I don't know, Queen or whatever, they had a few shit albums before they had a great album, but there was that money, there was that investment in them to become a great band. And I think it was Gene Simmons' Kiss. It was there's been no great band since 1988 or something like that, just because no one wants to invest in that bad time to get good.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just it's an old school mentality, and I think accessibility is good, but if I don't know, but if the investment in if there's no money, you can't financially support yourself for long. I think it runs out quite quick.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But what you're saying about no good bands since 88, I feel there is also an element of that would be put down to almost rose-tinted glasses to nostalgia, because
with Gene Simmons, massively that. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm just saying that's, he's on about rock anthem arena bands.
Yeah, definitely.
But anyway, yeah, fuck Kiss. I don't like them anyway.
I mean, not only like 4 songs of theirs, but
Well, look, they're great for what they are, and they put on a great stage show. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. I think gone are the days where like he brags about sleeping with thousands of women or whatever. I just don't know. I think he's a bit of a dinosaur himself, but hey ho.
How old are they now?
I mean,
Kids?
they all
They
are.
got to be pushing it.
Or the early 70s, I don't know.
It is.
They just need to go to the retirement home now.
You can only do so many farewell tours.
Well, yeah, but the money is in the tours, isn't it? I suppose that's fine.
Yeah, that is true. You can always get more money off another farewell tour. But like the thing is with Kiss, even though they are like 70 and like they are like undeniably like, past their prime and everything, like they're still like being heavily talked about. And like what you were saying about how much harder it is like to come up as a band like nowadays, that does also like it makes me think in 20 years what bands will be the ones where we all go, oh mate, they were so like really getting into their groove in like it's fucking 2023.
30 minutes.
Yeah, cool.
But what is an arena band now? Do you know what I mean? I went and saw Ed Sheeran. I got a free ticket, I must admit. But I went and saw Ed Sheeran in Wembley, and it doesn't have like the songs are nice, but like him on a stage with one guitar, it doesn't have a wow.
Yeah.
Like, Muse put on like an amazing show. Do you know what I mean? There's lasers, drones, whatever.
Oh, Muse always put on a good show though. Like they're just like constant lasers and like everything. It's just like awesome.
But they're an
Still
arena
get to
band,
see
aren't they? Whereas like, where are those happening now? It just isn't happening, is it?
Yeah. I do think there was like I mean obviously I weren't fucking there in the 80s, so I can only say so much. But from everything I've seen, it does seem like that art of like putting on that not performance per se, but like really making a spectacle out of like this big live show is kind of lost to an extent. Like obviously like there's still people like up there like playing with a band, but it seems a lot less. It was almost theatric. Like especially
I think a lot of people saw it as a show. I think it was an extension of the music. Was the show, and you see like people like Freddie Mercury, like he would play with the audience and like the ultimate showman.
Yeah, exactly. And there definitely is less of that now, I feel.
I mean, look at Iron Maiden. They have.
Sorry, Song.
I mean, look at Iron Maiden. They go around. He goes around like fucking fighting the big mascot.
What's the mascot called?
Eddie, isn't it? Eddie,
that's it. Yes, Eddie. Yeah, I love it. See, I don't know. That's amazing.
Yeah. I remember seeing. I saw them about 2 years ago, and it's the first time I'd ever seen them. And I weren't expecting that to happen. Like full on has like a fucking sword fight with him, like while he's on stage. Just mental. It was funny as fuck. But it was just all just mental. It was cool. I really enjoyed it.
Please, I don't even know if I can translate that one. It was proper mental.
Yeah.
I think was the rough takeaway.
Good. Mental.
Yeah.
Good mental. That's all I need to say.
Jesus Christ. I don't think you can even say that.
Right, do you have to carry this podcast?
I wouldn't put it as carry, but due to Tom's technical difficulties, sometimes I have to, fill the blank spaces in. It's an issue that's got to be worked. Tom makes his few and far between lines impactful. So, but on the subjects of like bands and everything, what bands would you say really inspire your music?
I think the others, everyone's got a different band that they love. Like our drummer is like he's got AC/DC tattooed on his arm and stuff. Do you know what I mean AC/DC, Guns N' Roses? That's really the music that he loves. And then Mo, our guitarist, loves like the 50s and 60s. He loves Elvis. He loves, I don't know, probably loves Jimi Hendrix because everyone loves Jimi Hendrix. But he put in Little Richard and all that sort of stuff. But then Matt, the bassist, he likes everything, to be honest. He'd listen from modern to Limp Bizkit to Free. I don't know. He has an eclectic. Whereas myself, I trained as an actor. And I've always liked the performance, the front men. I like Mick Jagger, Freddie Mercury, anyone that's, shows off. That's what I love. I love the show off.
Yeah.
But for me, it is that extension of, do you know what I mean? Of like, go be someone else on stage and then
it's
get back to work the next day.
Yeah, exactly. There's something captivating about like watching like this. It's almost a character. Like live on stage, like performing this music. Because me and Tom, we're both drama students, so like it is that thing of being like that over the top, exemplified, like a character to an extent, but more just an extension of yourself. Just like being on stage, being this like almost larger than life like person that everyone's looking up to. Like, oh my god, like this is fucking awesome. And then next day, like you're just a bloke again. Like I think that really creates a magic, like a magic in the stadium of like wow, which isn't as common anymore.
Well, even was it Metallica? What's the lead singer called? He was caught like holding shopping bags for his wife and his daughter, just in like a t-shirt and jeans, and everyone was having a go at him for not looking, rock and roll.
Yeah, that's just such bullshit.
He's still a husband and a dad. Do you know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you've got to just expect them to have normal lives. Like he can't be in that whole facade of mate. I'm proper metal meat all the time. Like sometimes he does have to pop to Iceland, like anyone. So it's unrealistic to expect these like real people.
Going back to Kiss, Gene Simmons wears all his fucking face paint out.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You'd find Gene Simmons in like the CEX like secondhand game section in like full makeup and everything, just ready to fucking have it. But there is definitely an art to it, I feel. But with like music and all that, is there any song like? Well, do you like on a regular basis listen to your own music, like for leisure?
Yeah, I do, but that's only because I think no one else is listening to it. So every now and then I need to play it on Spotify. My kids quite like my music. I have kids. I have twins that are 5 years old, and I don't know if it's like they're just trying to be nice to me, like play your music, Daddy. They are.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes they're just being nice, but yeah, I don't know. I do listen to it a bit.
They're sympathizing you.
Yeah, I think you have to like your own music to an extent though, because if you don't like it or if you're not proud of it, then where does it begin? Because if you're not proud of it, you're going to hide it away, and if you hide it away, no one will hear it. So it does have to start with you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I get because we get a lot of like when they are the ones recording it, they hear it to a point of like exhaustion. But do you not really feel that with your music? Do you? I
don't overplay it. Well, it's not on repeat.
Yeah.
I think when you do a music video, you have it playing all day long, don't you? And that's quite. Then you're like, I don't want to hear this song ever again. But the thing is, as well, though, because we gig probably a few times every month at least. So there's only a certain number of songs in our set.
Yeah.
And we do an hour-long set or whatever. And you just got to learn to enjoy them even when you're bored of them, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. Especially like as you said, like if you don't really have like that passion and love for your music, well, why would anybody else? So
also with singing, I think as an instrument, you play certain notes, don't you? Whatever, you're going to play certain notes. And I don't really play guitar. So I think if you're doing a lead solo, you can experiment quite a lot as well. But as a singer, you can really much like you can try and harmonize with your normal notes. You can pitch it slightly different. You can go from head to mix to falsetto, like chest voice. So there's ways of playing with it whilst you're doing the same songs. Try and be on the offbeat rather than the beat. So there is ways to keep it fun for you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But Tom, do you want to pop a question in? Apparently not. Jeez.
You should type it, Tom, and then Riley can read it out.
Yeah, is there a chat section? Oh, hang on. We've got an idea. We're gonna trial a thing. Tom, you're completely muted, mate.
Loading a whiteboard.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So I believe I'm able to share this with all of you. So
See no evil, hear no evil.
Yeah,
that's what.
Hey.
Oh, Tom.
Smiley face.
This is pretty bad. This is never. I'm gonna just call him by this point.
Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
I'm back. Did it not come up with my fucking smiley face? I put a smiley face in the chat and it just nothing turned up.
No, you've got that.
Odd.
Oh. Right. Question while I'm still here. Question. How did you get the name Dirty Mitts? That's quite a random name and it's quite intriguing.
I think the truth is like we just like the sound of those words together. But it's that we wanted it to be like to make anything happen, you have to get your hands dirty, you have to get stuck in. And that's sort of just where Dirty Mitts came from. But it was a little bit, they sound good together, that'll do. But when you're trying to get a band name, it's really hard to get something that everyone likes.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I don't know. You're looking at magic bands.
There was just a pair of dirty mittens.
Yeah. Also, I used to box, so I used to get my hands. I don't know. It's like the image of hitting things and your hands being bloody.
Oh, don't start with boxing.
Did you say boxing? Well, yeah. I'm so glad that you did. If you come over here, we can see Riley Jones's 1-in-1 boxing championship that he got for beating a college student by a third round stoppage, which he proudly presents right here. So I understand when you say boxing.
Are you undefeated?
No,
he isn't.
I won't lie about.
I think it's 1-for-1.
No, I won't lie about my records. I wish I was, but in boxing industry, I've got I'm scoring a 3-2. I'm scoring a 3-2. We'll put it out for public knowledge. One was a real bad stitch up, like a really bad stitch up. As in, I was meant to go in with like an amateur first fight, and he had 30 fights. So, a loss is a loss, but that one.
Yeah, it's quite unfair.
Yeah, and the other one was just a better opponent. I'm not high and mighty enough to make excuses.
We won't talk about them, don't worry.
Yeah. Yeah. So, did you say you dabble in boxing? What was your record like?
I've only had one boxing fight, amateur boxing fight, and I won that one. But I used to pro fight at Thai boxing.
Oh, wicked!
And I won 4, lost 2. So I'm not. But I had a lot of amateur Thai boxing fights, but like loads. But when you're fighting and you can knee and you can elbow to the face, if you get caught, you are messed up.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't. But
those days are long gone. That was like 10 years ago.
It's never too late to step back into it.
36.
Yeah, that's still plenty young.
You reckon?
Yeah, you've got over like double left of your life, at least.
I think the heavyweights last longer, but
yeah. I could never boxing is kind of my max, because at least I know worst case scenario, I get punched, I lay on the floor. Whereas with any other martial art, we got chucking kicks, or even worse, I'm on the ground and that's not it. I'm just getting fucking hammered. I'm not cut for that.
No, I don't like ground and pound. But...
Yeah, no, ground and pound just seems terrifying on all accounts.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll watch it sometime.
Yeah. On a
We're gonna get Tommy versus Riley in an amateur match.
yeah. Go on then. I'll have 12 3-minute rounds. Let's run it.
I reckon I'll win the first 3, and then after that I'm dead.
Tire out.
I'll be worn out, I think. Within 3 rounds, if I haven't won, I'm done.
Yeah, I'll spend 3 rounds first 3 rounds running around the ring. And on the 4th I'll slip a few jabs.
I was more power than defense. That was my weakness. I just went forward rather than think.
Yeah, I'm kind of the contrary. I don't exactly have a big bruiser build. I'm very zippy though. Like I can get in and out very quick. But on a completely unrelated note, we're gonna slightly circle round back to the music in the last 4 minutes before the interval. Because are there any specific venues that like you've played or that you really want to play?
So we know the London scene from like Camden Assembly to 93 East Feet, whatever it's called. That's the one in Hoxton. That's quite a nice venue. So we know that sort of scene. But we played from like Bolton to Bournemouth in lots of venues, some awful and some good. There's one we went to Bolton, right, and there was this rat. I don't know, it's like as big as a cat. It's the biggest rat I've ever seen. Jesus. And that was like in the smoking area. And when that rat came out, we're like, don't think Bolton's for us.
Yeah, no, honestly, that would deter me a bit.
It's the venue's mascot. You can't be shaming it.
Yeah, they weren't. No one, they didn't even. No one, all the Boltonites didn't even notice the rat, and us Southerners were, oh, so funny. But Bolton was funny. It's quite an aggressive male audience, but it was something to do. The goal though is to get onto the festival scene, do the big crowds. Camden Roundhouse, that's a big venue. I'd like to play there.
Yes.
It's getting those battle scars though, you know.
Yeah.
And we've done that.
So what, next stop Wembley, surely?
Exactly. Wembley would be nice, but
never say never. Dirty Mitts on the up and up, so
well, you never know, do you? You never know.
Yeah, true. But I guess with that, because there's literally about 2 minutes left on the clock, this comes to the end of part 1. So we will very briefly see you in part 2. And welcome to part 2. So I'll dig right into the questions with our first one. So are there any moments in a film where you would put a song of your own?
We wrote You Better Run as like a homage to Marvel, really. I really like the first Marvels, Iron Man and stuff. So yeah, if there's like a new film where the villain like entrances and it's dramatic, I want our song You Better Run in that. It's written for that moment.
Sick. Well, if you happen to be in Marvel, then
that'd be cool.
Yeah, hit up Dirty Mitts. They've got just the role.
Yeah.
Are there any other moments, or is that?
We forgot to mention. We forgot to mention that these are the fun questions now, so you have even more fun.
More fun. Is it possible to have any more fun than I'm having?
Yes.
This is where we go down the whole of shithousery, really.
I don't know.
So.
If we kept the Wiggles talking, then we definitely would have had more fun.
The Wiggles, yeah. I don't know if the Wiggles would fit into many movie soundtracks. Any other films? I don't know what's coming out. I don't even know.
That's true. Or already existing films, and you can just.
We wrote a song called Cannibal Killer after watching the Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix thing. But the problem is though, like you glamorize a murder, don't you? So we wanted to move it away from that and call it Cannibal Killer and have nothing to do with him. But it was after we watched that, we're like, oh, let's write a song about it.
Yeah. I didn't actually watch that limited series. I know that everyone said, "Oh, mate, this Jeffrey Dahmer shit, that's so good," but I never actually got around to it. I didn't know if it was like overly worth it.
But it's good. The guy that's the actor is incredible. He's really good. I think that sort of makes it really.
I love.
It's very
Evan.
dark.
What's his face?
Is that his name?
Yeah, that's his government name. I'm pretty sure.
His surname, what the face? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's good to watch if you like that sort of thing. But obviously, it's very gory, very dark.
Yeah, of course. I do not know how actors can play those roles. Like that would just fuck you, surely.
Is that not the enjoyment to really go to places other people, will never really go to and stuff?
I guess there is that, but it's like, have you ever heard the Joker effect?
Oh, the Heath Ledger.
Yeah, and like it's not just Heath Ledger, like everyone who has played the Joker, other than I think Joaquin Phoenix escaped it, has had like a really bad like aftermath, like mentally. They've had like a massive plummet.
I think it depends on what type of actor you are, though, because you have to remember you aren't the role. And I think when you start going, if you go so method that you think you're that person, then I think you're mentally ill. Like there has to be a balance.
Yeah,
but then Heath Ledger was incredibly good. So what do I know?
Yeah, Heath Ledger was, in my opinion, he's still the best Joker. I fucking love Heath Ledger.
Mo would say Jack Nicholson because he loved that. Like he likes the comics.
Yeah, he's good. Joaquin Phoenix was brilliant too, though.
Yeah, but the film was all art and no.
That's true.
No, the story was a bit rubbish, I thought.
Yeah,
some people loved it.
I'd actually say Mark Hamill. To be fair, I love Mark Hamill as the Joker when he's a cartoon. He's from the cartoons.
Yeah. I feel the general correct answer is they're all amazing, other than Jared Leto.
But he looks the best doing it.
Yeah, but
he should have gone back to music.
Fuck Jared Leto. I didn't like him in Morbius. It sat with a taste in my mouth.
The film was bad though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bad film.
But I think they've overdone superhero.
It's the first time we've actually mentioned Morbius.
And the last.
In the last 20 minutes, it haunts me really. But yeah, I do see what you mean. There's only so many superhero films that like can be mass released. It gets to a point like how many generic bad guys who want to take over the world can you really have back to back?
Yeah. And the thing is, there's that hero story, you go to do it, you learn your power, and then you do something great, and then it all collapses, you lose the love, then it all works out, and whatever. It's just the same story on repeat.
Yeah, that is definitely true. I loved the Batman, though. I thought the Batman was fucking quality.
The new one.
Yeah.
I've heard it's good. I've not actually seen it.
Yeah, I was a big fan of it, to be honest. I'm more of a Marvel person on average, but yeah, I really like the Batman. Tom, why don't you segue this?
Yes, a kind of segment / situation kind of question. Kind of relating to Riley's question regarding movies. So picture the scenario. They've decided to make a biopic about Dirty Mitts. What celebrity would you like to play yourselves?
We haven't made it yet, so it's quite a big statement. I think Leonardo DiCaprio is he's older than me. It should be someone younger, shouldn't it? That's the thing. I want DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. So I want that character.
Younger than 25.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, who's a young actor that's coming up? I don't even know. I don't know.
I don't know many actually. Most of them are very well known already in the scene at the moment.
Obviously, to get my looks, we need Brad Pitt, obviously, and then I want DiCaprio's acting ability. Thank you.
I prefer Brad Pitt to Leo any day, anyway.
No.
Yeah.
Leo's amazing.
He's amazing, but Leonardo DiCaprio won in Fight Club.
Well, that's true. That is true.
And I do love
Apparently, this new film's amazing with DiCaprio and the Martin Scorsese one, Flowers something.
Yeah, you know, I watched the trailer for that earlier today. Actually, it does look quite good.
But we'll see. But a biopic, I don't know. Let's get there first. I feel like that's a bit premature, really. It's like I met the beautiful woman, and it's just all been premature.
I mean, it's never too early to.
We ask that question to everyone. It's just a bit of fun.
Yeah. Exactly. It's always fun, especially if, you know, you could in theory have Brad Pitt playing your dramatic story at the time you went on the Unscented
I want
podcast.
to do it. Can I just play it myself? I did train as an actor.
Yeah. Are you going to play yourself as like a child as well? Just gonna.
I've got a son. My son can be me as a child.
Oh, that'd be pretty
My
nice.
son. That's what I want to play my biopic.
That'd be great. Yeah, I'll give it 10 years. Your son plays Tommy of Dirty Mitts in, I don't know, what would you call your biopic?
We're not dirty shits. We're dirty mitts.
Brilliant. Yeah, there you go. And that's the biopic ready to be in the works. You can keep it in the vault for 10 years. And then, like, as if by magic, you've got the whole biopic basically ready at that point. What more could you need? You've got one actor and the name.
Done.
Yeah, pretty much sorted. Speaking of salted is very frequently used to add flavour to dishes. A common dish is a sandwich. So I'm the sandwich sleuth during this segment. And after about, you know, an hour of talking, you've got to get into like the hard hitting questions, the real cog turners.
Yeah.
So really, it doesn't need much of an introduction when I ask the simplest of all questions, really. What is the best sandwich?
I'm so boring. I like cheese and pickle. It's so boring.
It's a great choice. It is, though.
It's so boring. You think of all the sandwiches. Do you know what I don't like? Is when people layer and layer and layer a bastard up. You bite it and it just all falls out. Just cheese and pickle. Thank you very much.
Yeah, a cheese and pickle is brilliant. And I do have to agree, overfilling a sandwich is a crime.
Straightforward and easy.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I
like the women I date.
Hey.
Shaking. My girlfriend would not condone that statement.
Hey, you can get. But that's why I do like the Tesco sandwiches, because they're all so just conveniently stacked to just the right proportions. Nothing ever falls out of a Tesco meal deal.
Made for your hand.
Yeah, exactly. That's
a fistful of swidge.
Yeah, it is good. I do like a good sandwich.
I'm vegetarian as well, so that limits things.
That's true. But
none of this contamination of meat.
I don't know, but sometimes a veggie sandwich goes the best. Like you said, a cheese and pickle, a cheese and onion, like you can't really go wrong. It's reliable. It's safe.
It is safe.
I was gonna say you can't really just have a lettuce sandwich.
Oh, I don't know. You could have lettuce spread if you're feeling healthy.
I used to have. I don't know. I never liked them, but I think my sister made them. She used to do banana and sugar in a sandwich. She used to like those.
That's interesting. But I guess, I mean, you could have it on a pancake, and
I do.
That's normal. So
yeah, it wasn't for me.
Banana sandwiches, they're pretty cool.
I like it's really basic. Just toast, cheese, and ketchup. Buttered toast, cheese, and ketchup sandwich.
Yes.
Simple.
Oh, yeah, it is simple, but sometimes the basic ones are the best. But yeah, to be honest, I feel like just banana and sugar might be a bit strange, but a banana and chocolate spread sandwich that's where it's at. That's
a good one.
That's proper.
Did I win? What do I win with cheese and pickle? Do I win anything?
you get added to the list of people who didn't fail.
You would have
You've
chosen
successfully
to-
passed.
What's a failed sandwich? How do you fail at sandwich?
Oh, you'd actually be surprised. Tom, what was
Can
it?
you really, really shit?
Yeah, Tom, what was the fail? I always forget.
Was it peanut butter and bologna
That was it.
from Aaron from 7-Year Witch?
Yeah. It was peanut butter and bologna, which I thought it sounded like a crime, and it was given a
What's
fail.
bologna, like a sausage?
It's like
Sausage.
canned meat. I think it's like spam-esque. But
Oh God. Ugh.
yeah, I don't imagine it makes
It's
him a peanut butter.
It's sauce.
Peanut butter. Wow.
Yeah,
That's what I see it as. Spam in sauce.
Is he single? That's a single man sandwich. That I know.
That's I'm in college and there's nothing else left in the cupboards.
There is. That's
Yeah.
something's got wrong sandwich.
My food budget for the day is £2.50 kind of sandwich. Maybe it's great. You can never knock it till you try it, but I am gonna knock it. And I don't plan on trying it, and I feel like that is justifiable in this scenario. But go on, Tom, hit your big whammy.
I don't want to ask that question now that you said he's vegetarian.
Go on, hit me with your
It
sausage.
just seems a bit. Oh, all right then. No, no chance.
Yeah.
So, what's the big animal that you reckon you could take in a fight?
Say it again. Riley, can you translate?
Yeah, I will translate. This is Tom's question. I don't want to be the messenger here. Tom has asked, what is the largest animal that you could beat in a fight? It's gunning for you.
Bare fists.
Bare fists.
Do you know what though? Some dogs you have to be firm with. But I've got a dog. Yeah, it's the nicest dog you ever meet. It's a black lab, lovely dog.
Yeah.
And there was this guy. He had a massive dog, huge. I don't know what it was. Massive. Starts fighting my dog, and he's just sat there watching. And I have to grab this dog, and I didn't want. And the dog was all right with me once I grabbed it, and I was being all like, no.
Yeah.
I thought, God, if I had to fight this dog, that'd be a bit much. But I think that's my limit. When I looked at that dog, I was very glad.
You shall not pass.
Yeah, when I saw it, when I was like it was really strong as well, and I was like holding it back from my dog. Well, that's my limit there.
That's where you stop. That singular vicious dog. What breed was it? I think
don't know. It was big. It was big.
Big dog.
It was big and muscly.
So
had an aggressive face as well.
just didn't like the sight of it. Kind of sounds.
No, I didn't. But,
poor dog.
Yeah, but everyone says bear, don't they? But a bear would just rip you apart.
Yeah, honestly, if you say bear, you're wrong. A bear would just.
Bears, they're not. They're just so big and strong.
They are, but I love bears. I do.
do.
If I happen to have met like a completely friendly like grizzly bear, mate, he'd be my best friend. If he was never going to attack me.
Apparently, bears are not very aggressive anyway. You should stand your ground and then normally walk away. Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be not
watching
scared
Discovery Channel. That.
Yeah, exactly. It's like as like you need to make sure they do not think you're prey, and then just kind of sound. So as long as they run at you and go, oh yeah, mate, they're just kind of like, oh, well, you're just chill then.
But the irony is, though, everyone says a big animal, but you like a deadly spider can be tiny.
Yeah, true.
And I can stamp on that, and I could win.
Yeah. It's like technically you could beat a whale, but but it'd be a difficult feat.
But yeah, I'm going big dog.
Big dog. Okay. All right, and this moves us on to our final question. Big dog.
Perfect.
So, final question.
It was called Simba because I remember it being the owner just going, Simba, Simba.
Did you have to lift him up by the end?
No, he was he'd already become an adult at that stage.
Okay. All right. Well, our final question. I'm going to ask you to make a band. Now, few ground rules. You can have as many or as few people as you want in the band, as long as you've got the core fundamentals of a singer, a guitarist, a bassist, and a drummer. You can be in the band. You don't have to be. They can be dead or alive. Okay. They can be dead or alive. They will be alive when they perform, unless you specifically request them not to be. You can have anyone on any instrument, but they will not miraculously learn to play that instrument. And just have a jolly old time.
A jolly old time. Well, I would want to be the singer because I actually want a chance of fame, and this could be it.
Fair enough.
I'd want like Slash on guitar, just like you want the iconic guitarist that can just do the solos amazingly. And I think Brian May is too boring, so let's go with Slash because at least you're gonna have a good time afterwards. Who's on bass? I think Flea on bass. He looks mental, and he's probably one of the best bass players ever. And then drums. Who do we want on drums? The thing is, you could go like John Bonham, couldn't you? Like, but he's dead. But you can. You said you can bring him back.
Yeah,
let's bring him back from the dead. But we do that on live TV. So that's like our marketing effort done.
What, you guarantee to bring him back from the dead?
And I'm the one doing it, and I'm dressed as like a priest.
All right, that is a good marketing strategy.
Yeah, it's
a ritual to bring John Bonham back.
But only I know the spell, the words of the spell.
Yeah.
And I've sold it to Netflix.
For a special.
Yeah, for the bring back. It's called Bring Back.
Are you going to have anyone else in this band, or are you going to keep it?
The rest of the band can still be in it as well because I want to bring them with me.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So they're they're more in the background.
Yeah.
Because after resurrecting John Bonham,
yeah,
they sort of see me as the second Christ. So.
And is that it? Is that where you draw the line with your bands?
Oh, who else can I have? I could have anyone, couldn't I?
Anyone.
That's the problem with choice.
That's true.
Oh no, that's it. That's enough. I've decided.
Okay, then.
Did we have? Didn't we have Shrek at one point?
Yeah, we did have Shrek at one point. Well, the gavel is down. So
well.
And with that brings us to the end of our questions. So unless there are any questions you have for us or anything that you'd like to promote.
We've got a new EP coming out. It's called Dirty Mix Hands Off. Comes out on the 10th of November. And we've got a new single that's going to be on that called Ride the Storm. Awesome. That comes out 3rd of November with a music video that we shot at Oxford School of Drama.
Oh, wicked.
And we just got some lights. It's all to do with lights for some reason. And that is us, Dirty Mitts. Follow us, Dirty Mitts UK on Instagram, Dirty Mitts UK most places. Follow us. But don't follow us home.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you said, go follow Dirty Mitts on all the social, listen to their music. Can guarantee it'll be proper quality. While you're there, you might as well check us out because every now and then one of us is funny. Usually it doesn't overlap. We kind of take turns. But yeah, so go to the Instagram. We've got some very, very exciting announcements soon. And we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.